Hey guys, back with another Saints Row the Third gameplay. I know, it's really crazy. I haven't played this game in a long time. Y'all probably may remember I did a gameplay of the PlayStation 3 copy, like the original game on the PlayStation 3. That was the final Saints Row game that was made by THQ. So yes, we're going to do one Easter egg, which is this is going to be part one of all Easter eggs, plus references in the game. So, Easter egg number one. Now, y'all may not remember this. Cartoon Network and Adult Swim did a commercial for this game, and check this out. You can listen to their theme songs from the old Adult Swim shows. Number one. Okay, so reference number one. By the way, the Easter egg was a reference to the radio where you listen to all the Adult Swim theme songs. By the way, so anyway, reference number one, the Marine taunt. Yes. There are 4 taunts that are reference to wrestlers from WWE. So this one, y'all already know. The Marine is obviously a reference to John Cena. And the 2006 movie starring him and Robert Patrick. Yes, all your character is doing is the "you can't see me" taunt. Which, that's literally the only thing that John Cena is known for, is "you can't see me." Anyway, reference number 2. Okay, here is taunt number 2. This one is called the Nature Boy. Yes, this taunt is a reference to the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Yeah, what's really weird about this, so, yes, around that time, Ric Flair wasn't with WWE at one point in 2011, because, he was still with TNA at that time, like, wrestling for TNA. And this game put out a reference to the wrestler out there, in the original game and the remastered. So, yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and go to reference number 3. Here's taunt reference number 3. This one is called Angel Mania, which is obviously a reference to Hulkamania, the famous Hulk Hogan taunt, and a reference to the Hulkamania quote from WWE. I have no idea, because, what's really weird, this game did release 1 week back in 2011, before WWE 12 was released. But it's still weird because, Hulk Hogan that time was still working for TNA before he went back to WWE, which is really, really weird. So yeah, it's a little nice reference to the wrestler. Anywho, reference number 4. Now, this little taunt right here, the 4th wrestling taunt, I thought this was a reference to The Undertaker, because, The Undertaker did the exact same taunt, but no, actually, this was a reference to Chris Benoit. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know about this until, around, when the game released. But again, the game did release the same month that WWE 12 was released in 2011. But yeah, I'm not going to put the wrestler on the thumbnail, by the way, because no. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hey guys, back with another Saints Row the Third remastered gameplay. But yeah, y'all know in the thumbnail it just says Saints Row the Third, not Saints Row the Third remastered. So yes, this is part 2 to all Easter eggs and reference in the game. Yes, I know I recently put out part 1 the other day. But yes, we got a couple movie Easter eggs for y'all. This one right here, yes, I had to add a little picture. Be right back. So yeah, sorry about that. Now, yes, I add a little box to blur out the picture a bit that I screenshot about like yesterday morning. But you could tell the title in the box. This is a reference to the Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm sorry, I am a little tired. So, yes, but this movie, y'all may know, is obviously a reference to Titanic by James Cameron, starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Movie reference number 2. Okay, so here is movie reference number 2. Yes. Now, this is a reference to the movie Madagascar. You know, the one with Ben Stiller, Chris Rock, and, I can't remember his name, the one who played Ross from Friends, and, I can't remember. It's been years since I've seen those movies. I mean, just so y'all know, this is not the only time a DreamWorks movie have been referenced in video games. Like, for example, Shrek had a couple Easter eggs in other games. So, anyway, movie reference number 3. Okay, now, here's this one. Now, here's the list of the missing ships. Now, some of them are a reference to real-life ships, like boats. Some that are a reference to a TV show, a movie, and a couple video games, like, for example, the Ishimura is from the D Space games. The word that starts with the letter B, that one is from Half-Life. Heart of Gold. Now, yes, this has been referenced so many times in movies and shows, but the very first time it was referenced in a show was from the 2002 sci-fi show Firefly, starring Nathan Fillion. That was from the 13th episode from season 1 that was only aired on Sci-Fi, but for some weird reason, it was not aired on the Fox network, which is really strange. But yes, there is one movie Easter egg that is actually a reference to Axiom, the ship from the Disney Pixar film WALL-E. But yeah, I heard some of these ships that I put down that says real life, from some of them are actually based on real life ships, like boats from years ago. I do remember hearing something about this when I was watching a video about this Easter egg from the game, but it's a really nice one. Because you don't really see like that much references to like any other games, real life stuff and TV shows like this. But hey, it is what it is. It's really cool because some of this, it is kind of cool. Like the Ishimura is actually referenced in the game from the Deep Space series. Anyway, now let's get to this Easter egg. Now, I don't know if this is a reference to a show or a video game, so let's check this one out in 3, 2, 1. Now, here's this one. Now, this is going to be the final Easter egg for part 2. Now, yes, this took me about like 5 minutes to find. Now, it's a sword. Now, I don't know if it's a reference to Finn's sword from the Cartoon Network show Adventure Time. Lion-O's sword. You know, Lion-O from the Thundercats. But in my opinion, I have heard a lot of people said this is a reference to the Master Sword from the Legend of Zelda video games. But what's really weird, the handle is where you hold the sword is a different color than the others. So yeah, I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hey guys, back with another Saints Row the Third gameplay. Now, yes, this is part 3 to all Easter eggs and references, plus this time with extra details. But this is just part 3, by the way. So yes, y'all can go to a tattoo shop, buy a tattoo. You can see there is one on your character's neck. You see, this is a lightning bolt. Now, when I saw this, I was like, this looks very familiar to one of those, logo designs from SmackDown versus Raw 2011. But no, I don't know if this is a reference to the Flash from DC Comics, you know, Barry Allen. But I thought it would be a pretty cool thing to show. Easter egg number 2. Now, I don't know if this is a reference or an Easter egg to anything. So, here you go. So, here is this one, and yes, this is from the tattoo shop, too. Now, I don't know if you can know this, but, to me, it looks like it's a reference to the, one of those, this looks like something you I don't know how to put it to words, let's say this is a reference to Agent 47's tattoo without the numbers from those games I never played. I know who the character is in the games. I've seen gameplays to those, including the character, including the movies, because the movies aren't that good, in my opinion. So yeah, now this one is kind of a bit of a detail, but a creepy detail. So here is detail number 1. Okay, so I know some of you are going to be wondering, what creepy Easter egg? Well, I am going to play this for you right now in 3, 2, 1. Okay, after you guys hear that creepy Easter egg from the last clip, here is another video game Easter egg. By the way, this one is called Payne's House. This is obviously a reference to the Rockstar Max Payne games, including the not so good movie starring Mark Wahlberg. To be honest, I never even seen the movie or played the games. I mean, I didn't find out what the games were till 2012. But it's really cool to hear a reference from the game in Saints Row. Now, here is another video game reference. So, here is this one. Okay, so here is the final Easter egg. Well, technically a reference, but an Easter egg. So, here's this one. Now, this is from the military base. Now, this character is named Mr. Toots. You know, the weird unicorn from the final Red Faction game, which is called Red Faction Armageddon. Now, I never played those games, just like the Max Payne games. What's really weird is that, remember when I said Saints Row the 3rd and WWE 12 released the same year, 2011? Well, Red Faction Armageddon released the same year, just like Saints Row the 3rd and WWE 12. But there is another Red Faction reference in Saints Row the 3rd. Because, you know, Saints Row the 3rd, well, mostly the Saints Row series before we got the boring reboot that nobody cares about anymore. Saints Row was made by THQ, the second and the third game. But yeah, there are other games that THQ made, except for Saints Row, except for the WWE games, including Red Faction. Because I did mention a few days ago they used to make, well, technically I didn't mention this, but they did, like, THQ does make, Disney games. They used to make the old Nick games like SpongeBob, Rugrats, and Disney Pixar games like Wall-E, Up, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, Finding Nemo. But yeah, but it's really nice to reference other video games from THQ, since it's been 13 years since THQ closed down after WWE 13 released, because that game released in 2012, 3 months before THQ was closed down. But yeah, I don't know if I will find any more Easter eggs and references in the game after this. I mean, only made 2 parts on this game for its Easter eggs and references. I mean, yeah, I know I recently just put out part 2 yesterday morning, and part 1 about like 3 days ago. So yeah, now, which one is your favorite Easter egg or reference in Saints Row the Third? Let me know in the comments down below, and I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Hey guys, back with another Saints Row the Third gameplay. This is part 4 of all Easter eggs and references. Now, here is reference, well, mostly Easter egg plus reference. Number 1, woo! Scream. Now, yes, for part 1, I showed y'all all those wrestling taunts. That was a reference to John Cena, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, and Chris Benoit. Here is the 4th one, which I didn't even know this was even a 4th wrestling reference. Because I actually found this one out after I got done putting out part 1 or 2 out of all Easter eggs and references in Saints Row the Third. So this one right here, the woo scream, is obviously a reference to WCW, WWE, and AEW legend Sting. Anyway, let's get to reference number 2. Now, this one's actually a show reference. Okay, it's not unusual. Now, this one, I am going to let y'all know, this taunt was kinda in Fortnite, but Fortnite did remove this from the emotes. This is actually a reference to the Carlton dance from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I actually forgot that I didn't know, well, technically I did know this dance because I have seen a couple episodes of the show, but I did not know they were going to have a reference to the dance from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. To be honest, you don't usually see that much sitcoms being referenced in video games that much. So, anyway, here it's taunt number 3. Okay, so this dance is actually from the song by Vanilla Ice from the second TMNT movie from 1991. Now, I only saw the first one. I never seen the other 2, so yeah, but it's really funny that TMNT is referenced in Saints Row. So, Easter egg number 4. Okay, here is this taunt, the King. Yes, this is a reference to the famous Elvis Presley. Yeah, there are some references to celebrities in other video games. But I thought this one was pretty cool because, a lot of people love Elvis since, the songs are really good. But I think it's really cool. Okay, here is This Taunt the King. Yes, this is a reference to the famous Elvis Presley. Yeah, there are some references to celebrities in other video games. But I thought this one was pretty cool because, a lot of people love Elvis since, the songs are really good. But I think it's really cool. Okay, here is another movie reference. This one says, "You're gonna need a bigger boat." This one is a quote that's from Jaws. In the movie they say, "We're gonna need a bigger boat." But in the game it says, "You're gonna need a bigger boat." Yeah, so that is it for part 4. Part 5, I will try to make what I did put in, what I did not put in part 4. So, I don't know when part 5 will be out. I will try to think about that really soon. So, yeah, anyway, I know this one is really short, so, yeah, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you guys like, comment, subscribe. Okay, so, y'all know I usually don't do tutorials on games that much. But I am going to show y'all how to go to the cheat codes on Saints Row the 3rd. You usually go to extras, but for some weird reason, the extras setting is not on my game, but it is on the PS3 copy of this game. But again, I am playing the game on the PS5. So yeah, here's the cheat codes I got. I haven't unlocked the other stuff yet. So yeah, but by the way, do not do player pratfall because that's really annoying. So anyway, that's it for this tutorial. I know it's really short. Like, comment, subscribe.